guys, so today is November 1st. I am done with my deer hunt. I actually did get one last week before on October 22nd on Tuesday. So I'm just up here where I got it to kind of tell you how I got it, how it worked out. So came down this trail in the Razor. I'll hop in it. Came down the trail in my Razor, and it was about 8 o'clock, about 7:45, 8 o'clock. No, leave the Razor off, bud. And just came up here. This is an area kind of close to where I live. Just drove the Razor up straight from my house. Down this trail, it's just kind of sun that isn't quite up. It's kind of overcast that morning. And just looking around as I'm driving down the trail. And look back over my shoulder, back over here behind me, and I see something that just doesn't look quite right, as I'm just kind of creeping along about 5 miles an hour, even that fast. Just kind of creeping, looking back behind my shoulder, so I keep looking back. I, pull my binos out. I'm looking cranked way back over here over my shoulder with my binos, trying to figure out what didn't quite look right. It looked like a tree stump, like a big tree stump with some snow on it, because there's about 2 inches of snow, and but there's no big trees around here. It's all just this little scrub oak. And so I'm looking, trying to find it, and finally find it in the binos, and it's a deer butt. I'm like, oh, well, that's kind of what I'm looking for. So sitting there and watching it. So I'm parked with the Razor idling, so my binos are kind of shaking a little bit. I'm watching. I can see another set of ears in the bushes next to it, and finally it lifts its head up, and it's a doe, and then the one next to it was a doe. So I sat here and kind of watched them, because you'll see some smaller bucks with the does sometimes up here. I see another doe pop up, and one of those does is just sitting there staring right at me. So I'm trying to be as quiet as I can. I still got the Razor running. It's, making it so I can't hold the bino super steady, because just that little bit of vibration. And, oh, here, bud. Okay. All right, got my son here with me. He's wanted to see where I got the deer too. So anyways, back on with the story. It's always a gamble turning an engine off with deer around here, just because if they've been road hunted a lot, which a lot of people kind of like to road hunt here in Utah, if they've been road hunted a lot, if they hear the engine shut off, a lot of times that will, hey, stay right here by the Razor, bud. I don't want you wandering off. They will, it'll spook them, and they'll run. And so, but I couldn't quite see clearly, and I could see there's another deer up in there. Okay, bud. Hey.
Love the deer.
Yep. Okay, you stay right here. And sorry, he made me lose my train of thought. And so I slowly reach over, and I'm like, well, I can tell they're waiting for another deer to stand up, so I don't think I'm gonna spook them. Kind of waited for that doe to look away for a second, and I shut the engine off, and it didn't spook them. So I got lucky. I could see another bush just kind of shaking, which I thought was looked like a deer was rubbing its head up against the bush, but I couldn't see what was making it shake yet. And finally, I'm sitting here watching, and I see it's a buck that stands up, just a nice 2-pointer, and a little buck fever set in. I started shaking, the adrenaline kicked in. I'm sitting here shaking like, oh my goodness, it's a buck. And I don't even have my rifle ready. My rifle is still in the case. I keep my rifle just kind of right here in a soft case next to the door, so I can kind of hold it as I'm driving. Because I was still heading down to the spot where I was going to really start looking. So I didn't have my rifle out of its case. I didn't have a round chambered. So there's a lot of things that could have went wrong here. So I crank back around here in the Razor like this, kind of get in the passenger seat a little bit, And I unzip my rifle, pull it out, get it out, chamber around, and I'm sitting here seeing where they're at, what they're doing, watching them move around a little bit, and they start walking just a little bit, and that brush is thick over there. So I quickly, as soon as they drop down behind some bush, I slowly opened the door and got out with my rifle. And then I left the door wide open. I didn't care about that. I came around over here to the front of the razor. I'm sitting here, got my binos, I'm watching them, and we'll spin you around so I can show you how. So they were over in this area, and you can see just how thick all that brush is. A deer walks back behind that, and they just disappear.
Daddy,
What?
it's okay if I make it go poo.
Nope, please don't. So, get you repositioned here with my binos, watching them disappear behind these trees and then coming back. And I'm sitting with my binos just light enough that I can see the guy's got horns. He's just a decent 2-point. I'll put a picture in of him. And you can see he's got decent horns, at least for a 2-point. And so I'm counting the order they're in. Like, okay, he's the 4th one back. He's the 4th one back. Oh, fine. It's a little mud. So, sitting here watching. I'm down here like this on the bumper with my rifle up here like this, looking back over this way. Switching between the binos and the rifle scope, and they stop. I'm sitting there watching them go through. I see a doe, and I see a doe, and another doe. I'm watching through an opening, and the buck comes up right there in the opening, and they all stop. Just got lucky. So.
And the buck got right here.
No, he wasn't right there. He was up on that hill, bud. Up there. So, got lucky that they just all stopped for some reason. And so I centered the crosshairs right. Just, right on that crease right behind the front shoulder, and squoze the trigger. Boom! And I see 3 does just go busting out of there. No buck. So I'm pulling my bino. I chamber a new round in just in case. I pull up my binos, and I'm looking. I'm not seeing anything moving other than those does. So pick a landmark and where he was at, and I hiked over there and saw where I'd hit him, and followed some tracks about maybe the blood trail about 10 yards, if even that far. And there he was. So I was super excited. I was jumping up and down. I was ecstatic. And then I realized I didn't have my phone on me. I didn't have this camera on me. Since I was so close to home, when I walked out the door that morning, apparently I had forgotten to grab my camera, or my phone, and my camera. I'm jumping up and down all excited, like, woo, I got one! Yee! And I'm like, now what the heck do I do? I don't have my phone. I can't Google or YouTube how to quarter them. But luckily, I got a buddy who lives or who works in town here, real close to where I was at. So I zipped home real fast in the Razor and grabbed my phone and called him up. And like I said, this is all like 8 o'clock in the morning. Called him up. He was able to jump out of work for an hour or two, and came up, and we quartered it. We did what's called the gutless method, or the quick quarter method, and got it taken care of. So we've already had, what, bud? We already had a batch of jerky. All right, come here. We already had a batch of jerky that we've done. We're gonna do some more jerky tomorrow.
Yeah.
And then we've already had deer tacos, huh? Did you like the deer tacos?
Yeah.
Yeah, you just don't like tacos for some reason. You like quesadillas, cheese quesadillas. But yeah, so that is that's how I got it. It was a 250-yard shot. Anyways, it was a 250-yard shot, and nice clean hit, went down, nice and easy, a nice humane kill for my first deer. I'm ecstatic about it. It's just a little, like I said, a decent 2-point, and down at the bottom of these hills, it's just nothing but alfalfa fields. So a lot of these deer, especially a young buck like that, I'm sure he's been down in those fields grazing all summer, eating alfalfa. So yeah, he should be pretty good. So if you like this type of content, let me know in the comments. This is kind of not going to be the typical content I have planned on this. It's just I have my deer hunt going, so I figured I'd record it and throw it up. It's primarily going to be firearm content is what I'm anticipating. So let me know what you guys would like to see.